And we're live. How's it going, PoppaGoss? How you doing, good sir?
Good, man. How about you?
Good, good. Thanks for joining me on the second episode of Conversations with. Basically, this was spawned off as a sort of well, it was based off of two people that I really admire, Jim's movie channel and Patrick Have Cheetah Will View. Got the idea from them to have different people on and kind of put them, kind of get new content creators and stuff like that, or content creators that people haven't, maybe come across or something, or somebody just finding somebody new. And yeah, so I thought I would have you come on and, kind of get to know you and have the people get to know you. And even the people in the future watching the replay get to know you and stuff like that. So
Yeah. Well,
I'll go
thanks for
ahead.
having me on.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're very welcome, man. I mean, the best, the biggest thing I tell everybody whenever I mention you is you've been really supportive to a lot of people, not just myself and my channel, but that's one of the things that I was like, oh wow, man. And honestly, like before we get more into it, I can't even. I'm trying to remember like how we came across each other.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure it was just on. I think you popped up as just like my algorithm was starting to give me like more channels that were like my buddy Josh's Hoarder Corner, my buddy Chuck for horror's sake. They used to do a thing, so I think my algorithm watching all their videos, like you popped up or you were in a live or something, and actually, no, I remember now. I think you found me first because you commented. You commented on a video of mine, and you said because I was just going through some of my old YouTube videos. You commented on my what video was it? You made a comment about I should have spent more time talking about a character or something, and I was like, yeah, you're right. And then I started jumping in your lives, and then we just started chatting on Instagram. Probably it's been a while now. I think like
Yeah.
the middle of last year, probably. So almost we're probably coming up on a year now.
Yeah, because yeah, that's well, actually I think it's been a year because I think after Frightmare last year is when we crossed paths, I think, because I was
Yes.
like, "Oh man, you go to Frightmare?" Like I go to Frightmare,
Yeah,
and we
that's
kind of,
right.
we like if I'm remembering like one that conversation, if I'm remembering correctly, but uh, but yeah, man. I mean, beyond that, this episode is about you, so let's go ahead and get started with some questions, just kind of get so everybody can get to
Sure.
know you. So just kind of basically, if you want to go over what's your channel, if somebody's just discovering your channel, how would you describe your channel, and stuff like that.
Yeah, so my channel, well, just a backstory real quick. So about, let's see, I think it's about a little over 2 years ago, I became a stay-at-home dad, and it was kind of crazy. I had never really thought I would participate in a lot of communities, but I had never thought about doing my own stuff. Like I watched a ton of people, and I used to do performing arts in college, and like I meet people. I'm very sociable, and then it came to me. I started collecting at that time, and I was like, well, I might as well start a channel just for fun, just to keep my sanity. So I started that when I became a stay-at-home dad, and mainly started out doing, toy hunts, like going to Target, going to Walmart, showing people what's coming out. I bought a few horror mystery boxes and autographs. Sorry, my son's shouting. But hey, bud, you want to say hi to
Making
the
a
people?
cameo.
Hey, you want to say hi to the people? Say hi. Yeah. All right, go watch your movie. Yeah, so I started doing like toy hunts and stuff. And I actually, the day that I decided to start a channel, my good buddy CJ Sidekick Inc., he has a big YouTube channel. He has like 400,000 subscribers. He's really good friend. He's like best friends with Top Pops, who's like the number one. He's got like 3 million subs on YouTube. But CJ lives in Austin, where my dad lives, and he drove up to Oklahoma City for the Funko Fun on the Run tour that stopped through. And so I knew, I watched his channel, and I went up to him and I was like, "Hey, are you Sidekick Inc?" And he was like, "Yeah, I am." And he let me be in a couple of his videos at Fun on the Run. So that day I was like, "This is a lot of fun." So that day I went home, kind of like thought about stuff, and then I just started kind of messing around with my iPhone and just filming whatever I had. I started kind of small, and the last 2 years I've just kind of built a huge collection. But yeah, it was just something fun to do, and like meeting people and support. I support people a lot because, you know, I wouldn't have any viewership or anything without the people who support me. So like, I'm a huge advocate for like promoting as many channels as I can and getting a lot of the smaller people to like see more people in my crowd. And then we all just kind of like share. And you've been a huge part, like, especially this last, probably about this whole year, 2025, just like, you know, talking about me and other lives, or you and I just chatting and you promoting me on Instagram or whatever. And it's just been a lot of fun. And I know that other people are meeting you and finding your channel too, which is cool, and other people. So it's been a lot of fun. It's time's flown by for sure. But yeah, 2 years. I hit my 2 years, I think, in June. So it's just a few months past the 2 year mark. But I had two like kind of 5 year goals. I never thought, I mean, I didn't think even 100 subscribers would happen, just because like I just was kind of doing it for fun, to share my love of pop culture. And that gets into what my channel is about. So like, I'm, you know, PoppaGoss mainly for, it's not just Funko Pops. It's like pop culture, just because I love movies. I love collecting autographs. Horrors, like, obviously a bigger genre for me, sci-fi, but I just love pop culture, and I have since I was a little kid. So I have all this useless knowledge about movies and TV shows and music, and I like a lot of different things, which helps me meet people, because you know, you always meet someone, and one of my things in my head I probably like, so like it starts a conversation, and then
Right.
I'm like, oh, cool, now we can bond over that. So it's cool.
It's like in Step Brothers. Did we just become best
Yeah,
friends?
exactly. Yeah, yeah. No, that's what it feels like. I'm a good example. Like, there was a guy, I sold some. I put some stuff on Facebook Marketplace, like some bed frames and some just random stuff to get out of the garage. And this guy came today to pick it up, and he used to live in Atlanta apparently, and he was talking about being an extra in movies, and we just started talking. I saw the Transformers logo on the back of his truck, and I was like, "Oh, Transformers, that's cool." And he's like, "You know what that is?" I'm like, "Yeah, man. I mean, like, I don't like collect Transformers, but like Transformers are cool." And we just sat in the driveway, talked for 30 minutes, and I could tell he was more of a, not as outgoing as me. So like, he started coming out of his shell, I think, and I'd never met this guy, and he's like, "Man," he's like, "I don't usually find it that easy to like talk to people." And I was like, "As you can talk about anything with me, man. I got a lot of things that I like, so it's all
Yep.
good."
I mean, that's that comes out in your personality, man, like in your videos and stuff like that, and even in our conversations and stuff. That's why, like I said, it's been really, yeah, time did fly, as you said. It's been really, cool getting to know you and stuff like that. So that's why it's one of those things where, like, yeah, I'll mention you, or I mention people that like, that I consider like, wow, this guy's cool, and this channel's, that's why another reason why I wanted to do this show is to kind of like, and I mean, you're getting up there, man. You're at 2 years and you're already at 813 subs. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, no, it's kind of crazy. Like, what was it? 2 months ago, I did this random Jurassic World Rebirth end cap at Walmart. I put some, you know, whatever copyright free Jurassic Park music, and
Mhm.
I just put this short together just to put it out there. And this thing got like, it's almost at 40,000 views, and it just kind of came out of nowhere, but it got me like 300 something subscribers and a ton of views and crossed me over the 100,000 views. And it's been a wild 2 months. Like, I'm just like, what? I'm not complaining, but I never would have thought that short of all things. Cause like there's some videos, I mean, I'm sure you have it happen too, where you're like you work really hard and you're genuinely proud of the editing and
Yeah, of
all
course.
the time you put. But like some of my shorts or even some of my like target hunts, I just throw those together, do a voiceover sometimes, or put music and just throw it out there just to have a video for the week. And sometimes those get way more views than my, even like my movie reviews videos. When I do those, I love doing those, like the out of the theater reaction or whatever. And those barely get, I mean, those don't get very much, but like I enjoy doing those. Like those are more fun to me. Or physical media, like nobody likes my physical media videos. But I love showing people like, look at this cool Blu-ray that came out. Look at
Yeah, for
this
sure.
steelbook that came out. But no,
Yeah,
I
'cause
mean,
yeah, it's
people are
something
into
that
what they're
you're
into.
yeah, it's something you're excited about. I know the feeling. I won't get too much into it because again, it's about you here, my man. Before we go further on, I want to acknowledge some people in the chat.
Yeah, yeah.
It looks like we got some people showing up. We got Cross Saved Collectibles, St. John.
Brian.
Thanks for stopping by, coming and hanging out with us. Also got Big Tony. Yo, guys, by the way, my 42nd birthday is coming up.
Ooh.
2016 in my memoirs. Awesome, man. I believe it's on Tuesday, right, Big Tony? So I hope you have a blast, man. I hope you're having a good
Yeah,
weekend.
that's a big milestone.
And Paper Goose.
So yeah, so Brian's part of the Just Poppin' In crew, and they have a nickname because PoppaGoss sounds kind of like Paper Goose. So whenever I enter their whatnot auctions, they always call me Paper Goose. But
the Goose.
the goose is loose.
And we also got Kal-El Daily. How's it going, good sir? Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. Kal-El wants me to tell you ain't afraid of no ghosts. Hope you're all having a good night. We are having a good night so far. I'm glad you're here, Kal-El. I hadn't seen you in a while, so I hope you're doing all right. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Unfortunately, that happens. 42, congrats. Yeah, 42 is a good milestone. I thought it was play on Ghost. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
But no, man. Yeah, like you were saying. So basically, you went over how you got started on YouTube and stuff like that. I mean, what I guess from that collection, that my next question would be, was that your first main thing? Was Funko Pops that you got into?
Yeah, so I mean, to be honest, like the first thing I ever collected was probably I used to live in Colorado for many years, and I managed a video store managed it for 3 years, but worked there for 7. And some of my favorite memories, but like we used to get all kinds of box sets, Blu-ray, like I would get good deals on Blu-rays, steelbooks, all this stuff. So I have a massive Blu-ray collection. It's not presented yet. I need to get some shelves, but I have probably 8 totes like full of just movies and box sets and all kinds of stuff from the video store days. And so physical media means a lot to me. So like that was the first thing that I started collecting. And then I moved to Oklahoma. I had like 6 I think I had 6 Funko Pops when I moved here. I didn't even know, I didn't know the world that like Funko Pop had. My friends gave me a couple as gifts, and I was like, oh, these are kind of cool. And I never knew it was like I didn't know they had so many different genres of movies and TV shows and video, whatever you wanted. So when I moved here, I started watching Funko videos, and I was like, oh man. And then I'd go to Target or Walmart or Hot Topic, and I started seeing how cool like the Funko world was. So started getting into that. Around that same time, I did a kind of a mistake. I thought I would start collecting. I liked like McFarlane toys, NECA, obviously, which you and I share a love for. There's just like so much, instead of just focusing on like one or two things. Like I was collecting, 5 different toy lines and not realizing how big my collection was growing. I was just I mean, a lot of stuff I was getting good deals on too, so I was just like snagging it in the moment. I was like, oh, and if I don't want it, I'll sell it. So yeah, they got out of control for probably about a year and a half ago. It was like when I was right in the middle of starting my channel, I realized it was overflowing like my closet, and I just was like, I gotta like cut back to only one thing. And now Funko, I still love Funko, but like they're getting a little insane because they're putting out really great items, but like it's all within like a week of each other all the time, and you like nobody can keep up with that. Like I can't. And then they raise the prices, obviously, like everything else, but
Yeah.
you can't keep up with that. So I've been very selective with my Funko collecting lately. NECA, I still, if I see like a good deal or one that's I know is going to be more expensive later on, I'll like snag it in the moment just to keep it. But yeah, so mostly Funko, but I do have a lot of action figures. And then now, you know, doing this channel, I've gotten hardcore into like autographs and cast pieces and going to conventions, and like that whole world has opened up more freedom in a sense, but also just I'm like trying to manage what I want to do more than the other thing. So
Right.
yeah, horror conventions have become like a big, or even just Comic Cons in general. But yeah, just like collecting cast piece autographs, posters, or memorabilia or whatever. So like that's been more exciting than even collecting toys lately. So
Yeah, I know the feeling. When I started going to cons too, I was getting like collecting autographs, prints, like art prints and stuff, and I kind of had to dial back on the prints because it was getting pretty expensive, and so yeah, it's just I totally understand. And so what I mean, I guess to piggyback off my last question, do you remember what your first Funko was?
yeah, so my very first one, my old roommate in Colorado, he got me the original ET Funko. So like it was they re-released ones that look just like the OG one, but this is like the first ET one that ever came out, I think. And I mean, it was really high in price at one time, but I think it's more down in like the 80 to 100 range now. But that was my first one. And then I was at a comic book store in Colorado one day, and they had Hateful Eight, like Quentin Tarantino. They had Hateful Eight pops, and they were all on clearance. They had Walton Goggins character, Mannix, and then they had like I think they had the other two, and then the only one I was missing was the Sam Jackson one, and I got that one for cheap on Amazon. So I got those because I was like, oh my god, they have Quentin Tarantino pops. That's like so cool. And so I got those. So I had those for the ET one, and then I was gifted a pop that actually ended up becoming pretty pricey, and it was Chopper from Star Wars Rebels,
Oh,
the
nice.
animated. And
Mhm.
for whatever reason, that pop it usually holds in like the $100 range. But yeah, so I only had about six or seven that I know of, and then I held on to those for a little bit, and I moved here, and then started watching channels, and people were talking about how like some are, like go up in value, and you can collect these, and they like gain value over time sometimes. So I started going down that rabbit hole, which opened up Pandora's box, I guess. So.
Now, what would you say is your favorite of your collection that you have?
Oh man, my favorite Funko Pop is probably. Man, that's a good. Well, I have a couple of Chase pops, like I have the Jack Torrance pop. That's the Chase where he's like like kind of frozen looking. I just got that for a gift last year, and then the Jeff 88 hoverboard who passed away. He gifted me a very rare Marty McFly Funko Pop. It's like 3,000 pieces, and it's like a plutonium edition glow in the dark one, and it's gone up from anywhere between like $600 and like $1,000 at one time. But he sent that to me from a Whatnot auction, and I opened it on one of my videos, and I was like, I was speechless because I don't have any pops that are close to that price. I have some cool autograph pops that mean a lot to me, just because like they're cool. But yeah, I'd probably say the Marty McFly just because it's just such a rare pop. And then and then the American Psycho Chase, Patrick Bateman. I think that's my all-time favorite pop. That the way it looks, because the case is like bloody, the cover's all bloody, and he's got blood on his face and stuff. So that one's my favorite pop that I own. And then autograph. I think my favorite autograph's it's above my desk, but I have a CSR Collectibles. They completed a whole Michael Myers run of like every actor, every stunt actor who's ever played Michael Myers, and they did a Jason one too, and then they did a Ghostface one, and it took about a year to complete, but I got pretty much I think I'm only missing one or two Michael Myers people on that, and it's just his like face, but man, it's beautiful. It's nice. That's my favorite autograph piece, other than my Halloween poster. I just really honestly just need Jamie Lee, but we'll see if that ever happens.
Yeah, you never know, man. Yeah. Like I'm still hoping for something, because she's the only, aside from Kurt Russell, but
Kurt Russell too. Yeah, I'd say Jamie Lee Curtis. My like grails that I know they don't ever do conventions and signings and stuff are probably Jamie Lee Curtis, Kurt Russell, Michael Keaton. He does a lot of private signings now, but like he's never done a Comic-Con or anything. Plus he's like super expensive. Harrison Ford, he's really pricey. Obviously, if Jack Nicholson ever did something before he passed, I highly doubt it, but he'd be expensive. But him and Jamie Lee are probably like my top two people if I would die if I got their autograph. But I never thought I'd even meet John Carpenter. So like when that happened at Frightmare, I was in when he got announced as the first person, I was like, you got to be kidding me, John Carpenter.
Yeah, when he got announced, I instantly I'm in a group text with my buddies, and I was just like, okay, we're going, right? Like it's a no-brainer. Like as soon as they, I remember I think getting the tickets like right after they announced them, because I was just like,
same here.
And then I was just I was a nervous wreck, man, because they were talking about like you have to get like in a virtual line, and then you have to get like tickets. And I remember the night before there was only going to be VIP, and then at the last minute they were like, oh, we're only doing this many, so line up over here. And I literally, me and my buddies, as soon as we got to the line, like we were curving around, and these guys like they said like, oh no, you have to straighten out. So as soon as we straightened out, they cut it like right before us.
Oh my gosh.
So it was nuts. And then so we got to meet him. We did get to meet him the next day on Saturday, but it was just like all day. We were basically,
I bet you and I were probably in the same, because I met him on Saturday too. But I was like, we got there a little bit later than I wanted to that day. So my number was I think we were in like the 600 range, so we were like later in the afternoon, but I lucked out. I had my son with me in a stroller, and our number got called finally. So we went upstairs, got in that room. And then right when we got to the back of the line, this employee came back, and they were like, why don't you guys just cut all the way to the front? Because we had a kid. And we were like, are you kidding me? Wow. And so like I felt bad. Like we were walking by all these people who were waiting for like 2 hours. And I was like, I was happy, but I was also like, oh my God, because I'm a collector at heart. So like, I know these people waited forever. And so they just were like, you guys. And then there was another couple who had kids. So they let all 6 of us or whatever cut all the way to the front of the line. So that knocked about 2 hours, probably a wait time off for me. And
that's nice, man.
Well, and then I didn't know Sunday they came on the intercom, and they they had already run through everybody. So they were like, yeah, if you still, it's last call for John Carpenter. So if you get up here now, I mean, you'll get right in. But yeah, it was a little hectic. I felt really bad. I think it was Friday, the first day. There was a young guy. He had a Michael Myers mask, and I think he had signatures on it already. And he was like trying to talk to the staff about how because he didn't know how it worked, I guess. So he didn't know it was going to be like almost impossible, possibly, for him to like get the autograph Friday night. So they were like, you can just wait in line, or you can, get a virtual line ticket, and then maybe you'll get called or whatever. And he was just like, I remember seeing him just so down, and I was like, this poor guy, like I don't know where he probably traveled far, I don't know, but he was devastated. He was like, he's like, I might not get this autograph. I was like, man, poor guy, good luck.
Yeah, man, I was stressed out of my mind like on Saturday because I was just like, we were waiting early in line in the morning, and then it's just like trying to rush over to get into the line to get that virtual ticket, and it was just, oh my god. And then even after that, I was like, even though we had our ticket, like I kept like freaking out, like, oh, they're calling our numbers or this and this, and my buddy was like, it's gonna be all right, man, it's gonna be all right, just take it easy, and it just, I was just, an entire mess the whole day. And then but when we finally met him, like it was great. Despite what
Yeah,
people
no,
said about
I'm
it.
sure you were. Yeah, I'm sure you were stressing pretty bad because like that's that only comes around once in a lifetime. So
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna get back to the chat real quick and follow up on some comments that came in. Cal says, "Yeah, it's been crazy time. Good to see you, Larry. Good to see you too, Cal, man. Thanks again. Thanks again for coming by." We also got Jim's movie channel. What's up, Larry?
Oh, what's up, Jim?
And everybody in the chat. Hope everybody is doing well this evening. Jim, by the way, happy birthday again, good sir. Hope you're doing well, and I hope you're having a good weekend. And as I had mentioned before, this show was spawned off of or inspired by you and Patrick. So yeah, if y'all haven't checked out Jim's movie channel, definitely check him out. Got a lot of cool stuff there, and along with his shooting the stuff. There's a kid, so I have to keep it a little PG. Shooting the stuff with Jim. So yeah, thanks for stopping by, Jim, man. Thanks for coming by. We also got another comment from Cross Ape Collectibles. Okay, Josh, hope to see you soon. Have a great. I have to get ready for the other live. Okay. All right. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. We also got my man Rob. How's it going, good sir? Thanks for stopping by, brother. Always good to see you, my man. And Jim also says, thank you for the kind words, Larry, and I look forward to having you on the channel in a couple of weeks. Yes, I am so ready for that. It's going to be, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a fun one. Jim's also saying, and don't worry, Larry, and my channel, you don't have to keep it clean. You can swear as much as you want to. Well, I'll keep that in mind, Jim, and just depending on what comes up, maybe I will say some foul language. But no, thanks again, everybody, for coming by and hanging out and stuff like that. My next question for you, PoppaGoss, was going to be, so what inspires you to basically do your channel and do everything? What keeps you motivated to keep doing your channel?
So big part is like we just talked about a little bit ago, the just the community aspect, and I kind of feed off of either helping people, whether that's like supporting their channels or their whatnot auctions or whatever, or just sharing my experiences, like going to conventions. A lot of people are new to that, or they've never done it. So like if I can share information, help them kind of ease their way into a convention, that means a lot. Because I know, I didn't know hardly anything a few years ago. And so if I can share some of that knowledge, it's kind of refreshing, and I know people are taken care of. But yeah, just the community aspect, I think, is what drives me the most. Because like I said, I started this with no real, like, I was like, no, I probably, you can make money if you work really hard at it and wait kind of patiently. Some people take off faster than others, but that wasn't my end goal. I just needed something to keep my sanity, being a stay-at-home dad because same routine and not, having a lot of outdoor activity with friends here in Oklahoma or wherever it is. So this community or your communities that I've participated in, like that's the people that I talk to the most. So that just keeps me going. And people, I don't want to say like I'm a popular person, but like it's really, it does a lot for my self-esteem when people are like, oh, PoppaGoss is here, so let's all watch his videos or let's do this. And I just love like chatting with people on Instagram who find my channel. And I think it's really cool. Like I don't know if you have a lot of like international people who watch your channel.
Yeah.
But it's like wild when you get
Yeah.
comments and people are like, I live in there's a new girl who just started following me and she's like, I live in Ireland, and she's like, I have a horror channel that I make. And I was like, man, that's so cool. And there's people in like Mexico, and I think I have some that are in like China and Russia and all kinds of stuff. So it's just cool. Like you see stuff and you're like, man, my channel reaches that far. That's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, it is, it is crazy to think about. I mean, just, for example, I mean, Rob's from Canada, so it's like I came across his channel from, I believe, either from Gareth's channel, Video Tasties, who's from Europe, from the UK. And I mean, he was like one of the first people to ask me to live stream with him, and it was just like I was not expecting it, and I just like I'm like, okay, like, and I mean, JT's horror discussion. I mean, people that have asked me, I just kind of like, I still, I still have that like, really, you want me to be on your channel? That's like,
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, me, really, really, Jim, you want me to be on your?
Yeah.
No, and I mean, it's one of those things that I'm like, I'm still like really humbled and appreciative of it, because it's just like, man, like, obviously obviously I vibe with people, and that's except when there's people like Marty and people like Matt that think I'm from Canada. It's kind of it's
Yeah.
interesting because I don't know how that came about, but and
Came
I'm
a
just
boot.
yeah, it came a boot. But it's one of those things where like it was interesting when Marty first mentioned it, and again, he's also somebody, he's from Ireland, so it's like
Yeah.
for him to come across my channel, and I think I met him on Video Tasties as well. And no, I mean, another solid guy. He's like, consider him a good friend and everything, and he's another guy that's very supportive too. So it's just him, and then Matt. You know, um, Matt also from the UK, Pugwall 316.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He also thought I was from Canada. I don't know how. I I never, I don't know if I come off that way, but no, it's just interesting to see the, I mean, even just look at Professor Macabro. He's from Mexico.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he's another person that just, I mean, the personality is like why he doesn't have much more of a following or more subscribers and stuff. It baffles me because he is just a mad genius. He's
Yeah.
legit a mad genius. The stuff he comes up with is amazing. But no, yeah, I mean that's pretty good, man. That's good to hear that, to hear that that's what you're, you know, that's what inspires you, or that's what motivates you to keep going, because there's a lot of people that, like, yeah, they do go for the, they want to get the monetization, all this
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, like myself, I've said it before, I did this like yourself. I did it just for fun. I didn't really think
Yeah.
anybody was gonna watch my stuff. And then when I had like 10 subscribers, I was like, oh my God, my mind was completely
Oh,
blown.
I know. Yeah. That first like 30, I would say, like you see that number and you're like, it's some of it's like your friends and family, but then you're still like, man, I have subscribers on YouTube. That's so wild to me.
The I will say this, I don't, and I'm guessing you kind of mentioned it before, but it's like with Instagram, like I've met some of my followers like at cons and stuff, and it's just like, to me,
Yeah.
it's interesting when they're like, hey, let's take a picture. I'm like, okay. Like I'm just because in person I'm not
Right.
really I'm kind of to myself.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, so I mean, have you gotten that? I know I'm assuming you've gotten some of that.
No, you know what's funny is like I think mainly because well there's a guy who lives in Oklahoma who has like a pretty big channel. His name's Collector's Conquest, and he has three different YouTube channels. He's got Amusement Archives, um, Collector's Conquest, and then Collector's Conquest TV. But he ran it. He wanted to meet up, but we didn't know if we were going to meet up at like OKC Horror last year or whatever. So we ran into each other at OKC Horror, and then I did a video with him, and he sees me at different cons here, and he's with his two boys, and he's like, oh, I'll be a show up in his video. He's like, we got PoppaGoss here, and so like he's the one who really like says anything, but I haven't been approached by anybody. It is funny though. So Laser Wagon, Chris, I went to OKC Horror this year, and he was there, but we missed each other. But I was hanging out with the staff because I know the guy who runs the con here, and I went to the karaoke Saturday night. My kid went to bed early, so I snuck back out, and I was downtown, just hanging out with the crew, and Felissa Rose was there, and Dave Sheridan, and Ari Lehman showed up, and Dana De Lorenzo from Ash vs. Evil Dead. So it was pretty fun, but like I was just kind of hanging out with the crew that I had never met before, and I was telling them I had a YouTube channel. And they thought I was Laser Wagon. They were like, "Are you Laser Wagon?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "I'm not," but I was like, "I love Laser Wagon. That's one of my favorite channels." And shout out to Chris if he's here. I don't think he's here tonight, but yeah, it was a cool compliment because I was like, "No," but I love that channel. So I've been mistaken for other people. Even it's funny. Some of my friends in some communities they say when CJ Sidekick Inc., when his videos come up, I never realized how sometimes he and I do look a lot alike. And so they were like, I never know if when it pops up on my feed, if it's you or if it's CJ. I'm like, I know it, but I'm like, obviously it's CJ because he's like got way better quality videos, but it's fine. But yeah, no, I haven't had it like where someone's like Pop. I've had like friends and family meet me at the airport and just try to like be funny, and they made a sign. They're like, "We're here for PoppaGoss." I'm like, you guys are sweet. I love you guys. I was like, I'm not a big deal yet, so it's fine. But no, it's fun regardless. Like what you just said a second ago. Like you don't even think you'll have anybody really watch your channel, because I mean, especially the collecting community, it takes a lot to be like, because everybody's into different things, and a lot of people aren't even into the stuff. They might be into like what you are, like the franchise that you're collecting or showing off the most, or they're big horror fans, but they don't collect figures or Funko or whatever. So that makes it a little tricky, because then it's harder to keep their attention. So I don't know. It's just been fun. I've this last 6 months, I'd say I've been really like kind of figuring out the short aspect. Like my shorts have been doing really well on a consistent basis, but my long form has suffered because of it, because I'm not putting out as much long form, and then the ones I am putting out, like they get barely 100 views. So it is what it is. But I mean, I still have fun. I have fun editing and putting, making cuts and like adding music that I think sounds cool to go with it. Like, especially for my convention videos, like those are my favorite. They take me a few weeks to kind of like critique and edit, but that's such a fun process. I don't know why, but I just have so much more fun editing those than I do just putting together like a toy hunt or whatever. So I'm learning a lot. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm very thankful for the community and like the stuff I do have, and if I get monetized, great. That's just an extra add-on, but that's not why I really started. I kind of just wanted to share my love for pop culture with people, and then if they wanted to interact back, that was perfectly fine. Meet new friends. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, we'll put a pin in that one. We got a question from Jim. Did you go see Weapons yet? And if so, do you like it? Have you seen it yet?
I did. I did. Yeah. That was my most that was one of my most anticipated movies of the year, and I got to see. I actually went and saw it. I think I saw it opening night or the next night after opening night. My son went to bed early because he didn't nap, so I went to like a 10 o'clock showing because I have a really nice theater like right next to my house.
Nice.
It has an IMAX and it has everything. So I actually saw it. I went to it in the IMAX. So
Oh, nice.
um, it was yeah, it was great. I had such a fun time, and it's just crazy. I still can't get over that like Zach Krager is like a horror director now because the Whitest Kids You Know. When I lived in Denver, Whitest Kids You Know, Zach directed that movie Miss March, that comedy movie about the Zach was in it and Trevor from Whitest Kids You Know, and
Hmm.
he dated he went to high school prom with a girl who ended up becoming a Playboy model, and he gets at the party that night, he falls down the stairs and he's in a coma for like 5 years or whatever, and then Zach Krager wakes up from a coma, and he finds out that his girlfriend at the time in high school is like playmate of the year and all that. So he's trying to like track her down. It got really bad reviews, but he was promoting that movie. They had like
Hmm.
a Miss March bus. They were and the Whitest Kids You Know toured, and they came to this little theater, the Oriental Theater in Denver, and they did some of their famous sketches, like the Abe Lincoln sketch and all this stuff. And it was awesome. And then after the show, all five of them hung out with everybody. So like I met Zach Krager I talked to him for like 30 minutes.
Wow.
This was like 15 years ago, maybe. And and so like it just blows my mind when I saw Barbarian and I read the name who directed it. I was like, Zach Krager. I was like, from Whitest Kids You Know? I was like, I met that guy years ago. So it's crazy to see like Zach Krager and Jordan Peele and all these comedian people like
Yeah.
crush it with horror. So I really enjoyed to answer your question, Jim. I enjoyed Weapons a lot. I thought it was really. I ordered the Steelbook, so I'll have that coming in soon.
I myself, I haven't seen it yet, Jim. It is on my radar. I was telling PoppaGoss before we went live. I did just get back from watching Toxic Avenger, so I did see that one. Highly recommend that one. That one's a lot of fun. So anybody watching or anybody in the future watching the replay, definitely check out Toxic Avenger. It was definitely a lot of fun. I was laughing hysterically through a lot of it because it was a lot of good silliness, and the gore and everything was pretty fun. It was a good time for sure. But yeah, I've been wanting to check out Weapons just because I did like Barbarian, and then the way it really went after, like at first you're kind of thinking, you know, what's his name, Skarsgård is like kind of
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah.
like I was thinking like this guy, and then what happens to him, and then I won't give it away if anybody hasn't seen it, but yeah, just the the turn that it does towards the end, I'm like, wow, that's nuts.
Yeah, for
So
all of you out there who haven't seen it, if you do want to watch it, it is on Netflix right now, so you can go watch it right now. It's not very long. It's like an hour and a half, I think, but it's a crazy movie, but so good. It's well worth the watch. So
yeah, I'll definitely have to check out Weapons though, because I hear it's good, but I also hear like certain things, like some people that I work with told me, they're like they leave a lot of like plot holes, or they leave a lot of like there's a lot of questions that they had, and now that it appears they're going to do like a prequel of one of the characters or something now.
yeah, I think the most of the consensus is people don't want that to happen because it kind of ruins the the charm of the movie if you do like a prequel spinoff. But it's just fun. Like I think I got super. Well, I heard Zach was doing it, and then I didn't. It was just kind of an intriguing title. Like I was like, weapons, weapon. I was like, I wonder what that's going to be about. and then the first teaser came out, and then honestly, watching Josh Brolin talk in interviews about why he took the movie, like he said he hadn't been that excited about reading a script since like No Country for Old Men. Like
Wow.
he was like his mind was blown. He was like he thought Zach was really genius. Like he was doing something unique. I think it's a not a divisive film, but it's like it's so unique because it's not you can't really like because it has humor in it, but it also like it's different. It's a few different genres, but like the twist is pretty cool, I thought, and then the just some of the I liked the way he filmed like I mean, he had some cool shots in Barbarian, but like Weapons has some awesome like cinematography and like cool, and they're just fun stuff, and the pacing's really good. Um, Julia Garner's awesome. I mean, all the actors are great in it. But yeah, if you get a chance to check it out in the theater, cool. But if you wait till it comes out on streaming, that's fine too. But I was glad I saw it in the theater with at least it wasn't a packed crowd, but I probably had about like 10, 15 people in my audience. So I like horror movies are the one movie where I'm like glad there's people in the theater because everything else, like I could go by myself and I'll have a good time regardless. But yeah, Weapons is cool. So I hope you get to check it out soon because it's I think you'll enjoy parts of it. It's not like any other movie that's come out recently. So
Cool.
it's a lot of fun. It's really cool.
Cool, man. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, I had a lot of people tell me about it, and I'm just like, yeah, I was like, well, yeah, I'll get around to it, and but like this weekend, I was just more of like Toxic Avengers coming out. I got to go
Yeah.
watch it, and then not only that, but my wife, she loves the original,
Oh,
so
awesome.
it was
Yeah.
like that was one thing that kind of shocked me when she told me. He's like, oh yeah, I used to watch the Toxic Avenger. It's one of my favorites. I'm like, really? And then so it was kind of an easy sell for me to like, hey, this remake is coming out. You want to go watch
Yeah.
it? So yeah, but we both were laughing, like we were just like cracking up, and it was silly, gory, fun. It's hilarious. I mean, it's really good. If anybody, you know, yeah, I definitely recommend watching Toxic Avenger. It's really really good. Jim also says it blows my mind how many European guests I have on my show so far. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, that's the thing too. It's just like you kind of just think about like the people that follow you, or that stuff like Jim said, like that he has on his show, and stuff like that, and you know yeah, it's just it blows my mind, like that people actually like watching, that they tune in and they actually comment on my stuff and stuff like that. So I
Yeah.
definitely feel you there, PoppaGoss. It's crazy. Rob says Canadian Larry. It also just says Larry's not from Canada. Jim also says, the idea of anybody following makes me laugh, and the bewilderment every day. Follow me. That's like a good way to get. Oh, man, that's great. We also got Scott here. Hello, Scott. Thanks for stopping by. He
Yeah,
says
what's
he's
up,
doing
Scott?
good. I just finished playing Mortal Kombat 1. Nice, nice. I'm relaxing. Well, thanks for relaxing and hanging out with us. And the man himself, the
Night
Owl King.
Owl.
Look at the super tag team.
One of my favorite channels for sure.
Yeah, Don is yeah, Don is the best, man. He is something else. Such a good friend.
That's another channel like what you were just talking about where you can't believe like they don't have, tons and tons of subscribers because like his editing's really good. I think his content's funny, but also like it's good. I tell him that all the time, but yeah, that's another channel example of they should have more subscribers. So if
Yeah,
you're not
definitely.
subscribed in the chat, go check his channel out. It's great.
Definitely. Everybody that's here, you check out each other's channels for sure.
Yeah.
Don, as y'all know, we used to do In the House, and if not for him, I wouldn't be doing live streams, because he was the first person that got me out of my shell to be on a live stream. We did the first Predator watch along on his channel. So that's
Nice.
another one. If y'all haven't checked that out, my first reveal, and my, being super nervous, go check that out. It's pretty good. Plus all the shenanigans we've done since then. Definitely go check it out. CO says weapons was amazing. So
Nice.
yeah, there's another thumbs up for weapons. Jim also says, how come everybody needs a plot tied up neat and a bow at the end? I like ambiguous plots. What about the thing? It's got one of the best endings. Oh, for sure. You
Yeah.
can't. I mean, the thing till this day, it's still
Mhm.
talked about. It's still discussed and debated. It's yeah. Well said, Jim. Definitely.
Yeah,
The thing. Love that
definitely.
film. Love that film. And my buddy Ross, how's it going, brother? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by.
Heyo.
And she also says, agree, Jim. I don't know why people need shit explained to them. I like mystery. Yeah, yeah. And Ross just saw Weapons yesterday. Was not disappointed. Nice. See?
Nice.
And then she was saying, yeah, she's a big Troma fan. It was weird when I first found out. So yeah, we went to go see Toxic Avenger, and I got her to see what's that other one, Troma Wars, a couple years back, and yeah, silliness, great stuff. Let's see if I can. Oh, we got Mr. Dan came in, watching Citizen Toxie for the birthday next week. Oh, cool, man. Yeah, your
Happy
birthday's coming
birthday.
up. Yeah, another birthday is coming up. It's crazy. Mr. Dan's here. How's it going, Mr. Dan? Thanks for stopping
Hey,
by.
Mr. Dan.
Looks like everybody's saying hi to everybody. Saying hi to Don, Rob, cheers. What's up, Don? Yep. So I think I'm caught up. I'll leave a pin in that for now. Looks like I'm all caught up with the chat. So ultimately, man, like where would you like your channel to go to? Like what is something that, you know, is there like an end goal, or I wouldn't say an end goal, but is there like
Yeah, I mean, I like the pace that it's going at. I've had a few channels that I, kept in close contact with since I started that are bigger. They have a ton of subscribers and they're starting to have a little bit too much on their plate. So they're like they're kind of losing sight of their community, which I don't, I get it. Like if you're too busy to do stuff, like I understand completely, but I don't want that to happen. Like I want it to still feel tight knit. I mean, I think even if my channel just exploded and got, I don't know, 30 to 40,000, like that's an absurd number. But like if it got to that point in 5 years or whatever, I still think I would be the same as I am now, because I just wouldn't want to lose sight of like what even made my channel possible, which is the community. So I don't know. I mean, obviously my next goal is 1,000, and I'm pretty close. I'm less than 200 away from that. So once I hit that, I think I'll have a little bit more understanding where my channel's at. I still have, some unboxings to do that I'm behind on, but I kind of need to think of some new stuff to film that I like, kind of change it up, maybe try some. I don't. A lot of my friends show off like different parts of their collection, like one by one. Some of my Funko friends, they do like the alphabet, where they go through the entire alphabet and show off a pop from like the entire alphabet, which I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if I have the whole alphabet. So don't even know if I could do that, but something like that to kind of try something out new. Cause I mean, I have the same formula. I kind of just look for openings. Like if there's a new end cap for a movie that's coming out, I can just film that real quick, either do a voiceover or put a song on it. Target toy hunts are pretty easy, but they're starting to get kind of long. Like I don't like to go over like 15 minutes on those. And I mean, a lot of mine sometimes get up in like the 18 to 20-minute range. So need to shorten those, and just kind of figure out what works and what doesn't. And, but the biggest and most important thing is like, if I can't like lose sight of having fun, because I had a friend, my buddy Rob, Frog Pop Fanatic. he had a really good point recently on a YouTube live that we were sharing, and he said the minute that it feels like a job, he's like, I don't want to do it anymore because it's not. He's like, I just want to do this for fun, and if the other stuff comes, that's fine. And that's kind of my mentality too. Is I don't. It's great. Like that's an extra bonus if you can, gain a lot of subs and get paid for it and stuff. But I think just like not losing the community and keeping that intact is like the most important thing to me. So
Yeah,
right
for sure,
now,
man. For
yeah,
sure. I mean, and that's the best thing to do. Like I'm the same way. Like, you know, no matter how many subscribers I have, like everybody, you know, it wouldn't be without like every single person. So,
yeah,
from my humble beginnings up until now, it's the same way. Like I feel like, everybody that comments, I give them a legit comment, a legit reply because I feel like they deserve that. I mean, I don't want people to ever feel like, they're not welcome or a part of some community of some sort. And, I've had like other YouTube people that I know that, they'll want to talk numbers and stuff like that with me and everything. And I'm just like, I really don't like paying attention to that stuff just because I
yeah,
feel like then it starts me obsessing over that.
right,
And I feel like that's when you kind of start losing that connection. You know what I mean? When it starts
true,
becoming, like you said, like it starts becoming more of a job than an actual something that you're doing for fun. Um, and that's how I've kind of kept that mentality. There was a time where like I was putting out a lot of content, and then I got a little, and this is going to lead into my next question. But like I got burned out just because I was doing posts. I was doing 2 videos a week and trying to find all that time along with, work, all that stuff. So home life, sorry, but yeah, like, so that's my next question. How do you deal with like feeling burnout, or, do you ever get like that kind of like, oh man, I gotta, get this out, or, do you ever feel that sort of like
yeah.
that
Well,
stress?
it's my my mentality is a little different just because like I'm one of the very few people who like do YouTube, but I don't work. Like I mean, my son is my full-time job, but um I don't, go to a 9 to 5 job, or I don't, have to get on conference call. I don't have to do any of that. And a lot of my friends have, very like I know you get stressed out a lot with your job, and I know Josh's Order Corner. He messages me all the time about, or he posts or whatever, that he's got all these traveling things and meetings and all this, and then he still does his channel. But I think I only, so far in the 2 years I've been doing this, I think I've only had a couple of months where I was not necessarily burnt out, but I think I just didn't feel the magic of what I was even doing. Just be mainly a lot of things. I mean, like hectic life outside of the YouTube channel. A few YouTube channel friends that I thought were like really close friends, and they ended up not being good in the end, and that kind of messed with me mentally. After spending a few years like talking to them and dedicating a lot of time to them, that kind of made me lose my motivation. Funko messing up a couple of things. I had a video last year for Fun Days. I ended up getting selected for all 4 mascot boxes, and they sent me the same
Hmm.
the mascot I wanted the most. They didn't send me, and it was already sold out. So they sent me the same box of another one that I'd already got. So and then they didn't make it right in the end. So that left a bad taste for probably about 3 months. And then I took a break from Funko for a little bit, and then I started getting back into it. But I think these lives, like even just watching like and supporting, like if it's you or Jim or Night Owl or whoever it is, I think those like kind of keep my interest going, because then I'm like, oh well, I want to talk about this, or I want to do a video on this. So that kind of re-energizes me in a way. But yeah, I've never felt like I don't want to do YouTube at all. I haven't had that feeling yet. I just kind of went through a couple months period earlier this year where I was just like, what the heck? Like, I, I don't even really like any of the stuff that's come out right now. And people have kind of been weird. And I'm like, I was at a weird place, but that went away after, talking to a bunch of people in group chats and stuff. So I'm able to kind of move on and get excited again pretty easily. It's just kind of t- not taking for granted the little things like I don't have a good example off the top of my head, but something will pop it when I feel that way. Something will pop in my head, and I'll be like, you know what? You have this really cool group of people that you consider friends, and you always all like to chat about stuff. Just slowly get back into that magic, and maybe it'll be all right. So that's kind of my way of thinking, I guess.
Yeah, I totally get that, man. There's a lot of like, a lot of the people that are here in the chat. When I watch their stuff, a lot of the times if I miss their lives, it's like I'll watch the replay, and a lot of the times it's on like usually Sundays are my catch up days, or like I
Yeah,
can like I start to just kind of go down the list, like okay, who did what recently and all this stuff. So I try to like catch up, and then I'll start commenting or I'll start sharing stuff. And unless it's something like Marty was on a live like before we started, and I jumped in there, said hi to everybody. And
yeah,
it's all the people, for me it's all the people like in the chat that kind of keeps me inspired to kind of like, I see what they're doing. I was like, oh man, that's really cool. And I see a cool collectible that physical media that Corey got, or
yeah,
a
yeah.
fun interview that Jim did, like the one he did with Juno, and stuff like that, or like Mr. Dan's top three, you know, like I was rewatching his top three werewolf movies earlier, and it's just like, stuff like that. I just get, that's where I get a lot of like motivation from. It's like, man, it's like it gets the creative juices flowing. It makes me think of like doing stuff, and then stuff that I have on the shelf that I'm like, okay, like I basically like figures that I have that need to be reviewed are on a shelf, and I have them in order, or not really in order, but it's like, okay, which one do I want to do? Like I've had
Yeah.
figures that I've pre-ordered or whatever, and that come in. And I would say for me, that's kind of, it's been easy to kind of to do that, where I pre-order something that I know I want, and then it's kind of like it'll come in at some point, and I'll review it. And some of the stuff I'm just kind of like, I'm not too excited about it when I get it. And then there's some stuff like the Metaluna Mutant, where as soon as it came in, I had to review it. Or
Right.
even this the Crimson, or the Mask of the Red Death Phantom. When I
Yeah.
got it, I had to review it, because it was just like I was so excited for it, and it was something that I really, really had been. I guess I feel like I kind of helped manifest, because since they first released that first wave, I was like, I want a Red Death Phantom. And now here we are, years later, we have a Red Death Phantom, so I'm super excited.
Yeah,
And
that's a sweet figure too.
yeah, it turned out really good, man. It
Yeah.
turned out really good. Looks like let me get back to the chat real
Yeah,
quick before
yeah.
we continue. Jim saying, "Well, I have to run because everybody is bitching for a piece of my birthday cake, even though I don't want one yet." Have a great night, Jim. Thank you so much, brother.
Yeah,
Again,
thanks,
have a
Jim.
happy birthday, and I hope you enjoy your cake when you do want it. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks. I'm super excited for that, man. We also got Johnny from the Wild Guys. How you doing, good sir? I
Yeah,
haven't
what's up,
haven't seen
man?
you in a long time. How you doing? Hope you're doing all right. Everybody's saying happy birthday to Jim. Mr. Dan saying all right, happy birthday. And
Happy
Don
birthday.
said the real monetization is the friends we made along the way. Couldn't have put it better myself, brother.
Yeah, very good.
Mr. Dan says, yes, YouTube is fickle, but sometimes it takes a few years to see who your real friends are. Very
Yep.
true. Very true.
No, that's dead on. Spot on.
We also got Heroic Waffles. How's it going? Thanks for stopping by and hanging out.
Heroic
Uh,
Waffles. That's a sweet name.
right? Look at that logo, too.
Yeah, that's badass.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Don says, Night Owl Jr. said, tell you both hi. Mini Night
Oh,
Owl,
hello.
thanks for saying hi and stopping by. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thank
Uh,
you.
Rob is saying, yeah, Larry's sweet figure. Yeah, that man, that Crimson Phantom is, or the, as Don put it, with the Crimson Phantom was, yeah, it's really sweet, man. I really, really enjoyed that one. I was gonna say, so yeah, I guess for the, I guess my probably my last question, and I mean after this we can just kind of like either hang out, chat for a little bit
Yeah.
longer, but I guess ultimately, I mean aside from like the you already explained like the burnout stuff and what motivates you and everything, is it something that are you a person that kind of are you a person that's like or actually the burnout and what we were talking about with the with like your friends and stuff like that, who are your real friends, like how do you handle the drama part of it, because when I first started I never saw I couldn't even think that there was actually drama out
Yeah.
there, but I mean,
No,
yeah.
it's kind of weird. So a lot of the drama that's been in the communities I've been part of, especially mostly like the Funko communities, but it's been kind of like, I mean, it's the people we've been following for the whole time. They just ended up, not really being what they were saying the whole time they were about. And it was. I don't know, like one in particular, I won't say their name, but it was really heartbreaking because, I dedicated a lot of time and I don't know if they were like threatened by the group that, like they haven't done anything to me personally, but they did stuff to like my friends in the Just Poppin' In group. And it was like completely uncalled for. And I think they were, I don't know if they were jealous that we were kind of gaining, more notoriety at the time. I mean, we were never going to be bigger than their channels, but I don't know what it was about. So it was kind of heartbreaking. But after sitting and thinking about it and like chatting with true friends in the community, even some people that we met through that community, you kind of sit back and you're like, okay, everything's going to be all right. You just kind of need to drown out I basically the channel I'm talking about, I pretty much just unfollowed and unsubscribed. I mean, they pop up here and there, but I just didn't want to get worked up for no reason. So they didn't do anything to me personally, or they didn't say anything directly to me. So I just kind of was like, I'm not going to start any drama because that's not my style. I'm just going to kind of move on. And if people want to join us in our group and like move away from that, which it's slowly happening, unfortunately for them. But yeah, it was just kind of heartbreaking because I spent, probably about at least 2.5, 3 years just, going in all their whatnot auctions a couple times a week, going Lego hunting for them and, finding
Wow.
like clearance Legos, and they would pay me for them, obviously, and I'd ship them out because they just didn't get a lot of that where they lived. It just like a lot of things. I would message them weekly and be like, hey, you guys need anything, whatever. I got you. And it just was kind of all for, they had me on some of their like live things that they tried to do. And that was really fun and stuff. But yeah, I was just really kind of, it felt like a waste of time because I was like, man, I dedicated a lot of my personal time when I could have just been giving that to other channels or, to my family or whatever. So it kind of sucked, but I didn't try to dwell on it too long. I kind of did stuff that made me happy or film stuff that made me happy and then kind of moved on. But yeah, it's a tough balance. I mean, everybody's got stuff going on, I constantly hear in all the communities I'm a part of, like at least 2 or 3 people every couple weeks have something crazy going on. And it's like, we get it. Everybody, nobody's a unique situation. You all have stuff going on. You all have mishaps that happen. We all have life issues. And it's trying to like balance those. And I like being like an escape for people. So like my channel, or if people message me on Instagram, I always message them right back, and they know they can contact me if they like need to talk or vent, or they just need anything, even like advice. I've had a few. It's kind of funny. So there's this channel, Funko 411, Michael, and he's got a bigger channel. Awesome channel if you guys haven't checked him out. But there was a big Funko controversy with a company called Funky Bop, and it was this guy Funky Bop, and he ended up he was selling people mystery boxes with like high end Funko Pops that were basically fake in the end.
Oh wow.
Not all of them, but a lot of them he was getting for cheap from like a second market or something. And so Funko 411, he actually like he trusted me enough, and he sent me a video that he had made, kind of like pointing all the stuff out, the evidence. And he was like, "Hey," he's like, "what do you think of this before I post it? Because it's going to be pretty, it's going to catch Funky Bop off guard for sure." So he like sent it to me. That meant a lot to me to like review it before he put it out. And I've had a few instances of that where I'm just like, you guys like trust me enough to look at your videos or look at your whatever, and then before you make your final judgment. So pretty cool. But yeah, it's a fun community. The Funko community has been good to me. I feel like the horror community has been better to me, just because I've gained more true friends and more subscribers and more like people I talk to a lot more, like yourself or whoever. I feel like my horror community has been more beneficial to me, all around, self-esteem, subscribers, views, than my Funko community. But I still have a lot of people I genuinely care about in the Funko community as well. So
Nice, man.
yeah,
I mean, I can tell you from experience, just look at the people that are here in the chat. The horror community, has been they're so welcoming, and like I said, for me, it was just I would have like one person message. I mean, I'm going back to. I mean, they're not in the chat right now, but like Mellow Mutant, like he was
yeah,
one of
yeah,
the first people that chatted or commented on my stuff, and I mean, if you watch his stuff, I wish he was still doing more stuff. I know he's taking a break right now, but yeah, his deep dives into stuff, he does a lot of cool stuff. When I came across Don, the same thing. You said it yourself. You watch his stuff, it's like, I mean, it's crazy to think like him or Professor Macabro, like they're all super, you know, they all have amazing stuff. I mean, even like Rob's vintage video,
yeah.
Captain Adam. I mean, if Captain Adam, the same thing. It's like all these guys, like these are, I feel like this they're all great. The
Yeah.
community's been like so good, to me, to each other. It's like that's why that's what motivates me to keep going. And
No, that's awesome. Yeah, and I think your platform and like your channel and like this new conversations with is like a really cool segment, because that's kind of how my mentality works. Is I'm like, I would rather share a platform with the people that I admire, like rather than just do a live with just myself or something something silly.
another kind of go back to the chat before we wrap things up. Looks like we got Russell is here, Texas Hardcore. How you doing, good sir? Thanks for
What's up,
stopping by.
Russell?
Says hi to me. It says hi to PoppaGoss. Everybody saying hi to Russell. Wish Rob, you do have a community, man. You're here with us.
Yeah, Rob, you're
We're all
awesome.
together. And yeah, that's another thing too. I mean, it's like I say all the time. Even back when I was doing in the house with Don, it's like it all came from this guy right here, from hanging out in his and Captain Adams Odd Squad every Friday. And even now, with Tape Talk, I'm there in the chat hanging out with these guys. I mean, it's like my buddies hanging out with my buddies back home. It's just always
Yeah,
like the the conversations and the randomness. It reminds me of being with my buddies back home, and that's my once again, my Friday night routine. Hanging out with these guys.
Heck
You
yeah.
know, so that's why they're yeah, like I said, all these guys here. That's why it's. I feel like this all community together. That's what keeps me motivated and keeps me going, keeps me inspired from seeing what they do, and just having a good time, man. That's what it's all
Yeah,
about.
man, for sure.
Text saying happy birthday, Jim. Everybody saying hi to
Jim.
Texas. Don saying I'm part of your community. See, there's Don, there's myself, kept the captain.
Community members.
Yep. And then Rob says I'm very fortunate to have a few good friends. Yep. I mean, I feel you, man, and I'm glad that you're here as well, and I'm glad that you're back doing like live streams with the captain. I mean, like I said, it's one of those things that was greatly missed, my friend. Um, well, I mean, we've been going at it for about an hour and 15 minutes now. So, yeah, is there anything coming up on your channel or anything you want to promote or anything before we sign off?
Yeah, not a ton. I have some catch up videos that I just need to edit. And then I have some more unboxings coming up the next couple weeks. Tonight when this one ends, if you guys want to, I know a lot of you probably have no clue about some of the Funko community people, but I was part of a live group called Just Popping In, and we lost our community member Jeff 88 Hoverboard, and he was a huge piece of the Funko community, especially on Whatnot. But we're hosting on our friend Jeremy Collects. We're hosting a just a remembrance kind of, people can pop in and comment or come on the show and just say a few things if they want to about Jeff. So that's kind of cool. You can pop in there if you want. But other than that, we've got Larry is actually going to be, we're going to do a podcast that I've been a part of. I've been a guest a few times, Movies That Make You. My buddy Spring, he's invited me on at least 6 times. Actually, we have an episode coming out tomorrow that I was on for The Conjuring. We recorded it about a month ago, but the new Conjuring is coming out. So Movies That Make You, he does an episode every Monday on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, stuff like that. But go check it out. I've been a guest on there, but he was asking me if I knew anybody who loved Predator, and Larry was the first one that came to mind. So we're going to record, not for a little bit, but it's something for you guys to all look forward to. I think it's going to be really fun. It's going to be Larry's channel, PoppaGoss, me, my buddy, the Popalicious Popheads, Tommy, who was on a podcast episode, and then Spring and his wife, Kristen. So we're going to have a full house, but we're going to talk about the Predator movies leading up to Predator Badlands to get people prepared to go see Predator Badlands. So keep an eye out for that in probably in October. It'll be a little bit, but that's something exciting to look forward to. And then I just have my normal, weekly videos, shorts. Probably have a couple of. I think I have been slacking on my toy hunts, so I'll probably have 1 or 2 of those come out either this week or in a couple weeks. And then I just, like I said earlier, I'm gonna try to maybe try out some new video ideas to see if they click or if people are interested in them or not. But yeah, just kind of enjoying life, or trying to, and catch some cool movies in the theater. So what about you?
So myself, I do have something that did come in. So I'm gonna do like a mail call unboxing short of that, and then uh, a review of that shortly after that. And it's pretty cool. I'm kind of excited about it just because, especially I will say it's Toxic Avenger related. So
Nice.
I'll give that little hint out there for everybody. And yeah, I'm excited, man, because again it goes it's Predator that makes this whole thing like come back together. Like I said before, this guy right here, if not for him, us doing a live watch party of the original Predator, I wouldn't be doing this stuff. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I have Jim's. I want to be a guest on Jim's movie channel in a couple of weeks, and so stay tuned for that. I'll post that in the posts and stuff like that. And after this, I'll put um, your YouTube channel in the description so everybody can go check out
Cool.
PoppaGoss's channel and check it out and check out his stuff. And yeah, I mean, beyond that, I'm going to have a couple people lined up for future episodes of conversations with. So
Nice.
I'm not going to give away, who just yet, but there's a couple people I've already kind of reached out to and talked to. And some that I still need to reach out and talk to because October is coming up. It's going to be my anniversary for the channel. I think it's going to be like 4 years now, oddly enough,
Dang, that's awesome, man.
because I low key didn't do anything for my 3rd year anniversary. So this 4th year anniversary, I want to do
Yeah.
something special for the month of October. So where this conversations with might be just a 1 episode thing per month. In October, it might change just because last year I did I did Spooktober, so I did like several live streams with different people in the community, and I really enjoyed that. And I want to kind of do that again, but just like one on one with people, or maybe just do like a big one and have like a bunch of people on.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of working on that, and I still gotta, I would have to plan for that now. But beyond that, that's really everything that's coming down the pipeline. Yeah, beyond that, just figure reviews and stuff. So, but I have to say thanks to everybody that came and hung out with us tonight. We had Rob's Vintage Video, my man Don, the Night Owl Movie Talk, Texas Russell. We also had Big Tony. We had, let's see, who else do we have here? Just make sure I want to get everybody. Mr. Dan. We had Johnny from the Wild Guys.
Yeah.
Jim, of
Wow,
course, the
guys.
birthday boy. Jim's movie
Happy
channel.
birthday, Jim.
And let's see who else was. We had CO. We had my buddy Ross from back home. Let's see. We had Shermalo Scott. We had let's see. Cross Saved Collectibles. Now you said his name. You said their name before. So
Brian. So that's
Brian. Okay.
Brian, and he has a YouTube channel as well. He's mostly Funko related, but he does a lot of like mystery box openings and really nice guy though. He does a lot for other people in the community. So
Cool. Cool. We also had Mr. Khalil Daly as well. And I
yes,
think we're all caught up on everybody. And Don is saying this was a party. It was great to see you both and the folks in the chat. Don, my man, always a pleasure seeing you, brother. I'm always glad that you're here, and always glad to see you around, my brother. So yeah, we got to do something soon, my man. So get in touch with me or something whenever you're free. And then our dude Rob, you my man, Larry. Rob, you're my man too, my man. Yeah, man. So with that, everybody, I hope everybody has a great night and a great, fun, safe,
Labor
safe
Day.
Labor Day weekend, and watch some movies and
Yeah,
keep collecting. And we'll see you in the next one, guys. Take it
yeah.
easy. Any final words, PoppaGoss?
No, just spread love to everyone, and look out for your fellow man and woman. That's it.
And then I'll leave it with Don. Count on it, Larry. Good night,
Yeah,
everybody.
Dom.
Cheers. Y'all take it easy and have a good one, guys.